Today I want to talk to you about being strong, about becoming strong. What makes the difference between someone who is a high athlete, has high self-confidence, high self-esteem, keeps rising above the challenges, overcomes massive challenges, stays happy, is patient, doesn't, get upset at everyone, and overall stays happy throughout life no matter what happens, with someone who is the opposite, constantly struggles, gets mad all the time, is consumed by depression, just feels consumed by all of their surroundings, and has no self-esteem to rise ahead. Are they living on the same planet? Seriously. I mean, they both face the same conflicts in life. We all live on the same planet, we all see the same problems, but one person chooses to rise above it and take on the challenge, and another person has good intentions, wants to rise, but doesn't necessarily know how to rise, becomes consumed by the challenge. What makes the difference between those two? The difference is becoming mentally strong. Becoming strong, and that's what I want to talk to you today about. A lot of us in life, we have massive goals, right? All of us. We want to achieve so much success in life. We have a lot of goals we want to achieve out there in the world. And it always has to do out there. It's external. We want this for our kids. We want to get more rich. We want to get money. We want to move to a better environment. Everything we want to achieve, we want power out there. We want to do all these things. And while we're going to achieve all those goals in the external world out there, we forget one very important thing. Us. We forget us in the process. We forget us. We forget who we are. We forget making ourselves strong. While we're going out to try to get goals outside in the external world, we're neglecting achieving goals inside our own worlds. We're neglecting achieving success inside of us. And when I say success inside of us, I don't mean power out there. I don't mean money out there. I mean money and wealth and power inside of us. Becoming mentally strong. Becoming mentally able to take on new challenges, becoming mentally able to have high self-esteem no matter what happens, staying happy and feeling joy throughout life, not letting people get to you, staying confident, increasing your self-image, helping others, adding value to the world, and feeling, overall happy. This is the place that we all should be striving for. But when we go out to achieve all those other goals, we forget this in the process. And I ask you, it's possible. I mean, you may have achieved a certain amount of success in life, and even if you achieved, massive success, but most people who do achieve massive success have done a lot of work on the inside. And if you achieve some success, you might want to step back. And I get it. I'm not saying to quit all those massive goals. I'm saying step back a little bit and make sure you're not forgetting yourself in the process. Make sure that you're still making yourself strong. So I want to give you a few tips on helping you become stronger. I want to talk to you quickly about the mind and how it works. Many scientists basically talk about how the mind has a physical, emotional, and logical component. So the mind has like three components: physical, emotional, and logical. And they're all systematically working together to produce our results, to produce our thoughts, to move us into action. The physical side deals with sex, food, hunger, all the physical safety. It wants to avoid feeling hungry. It wants to have a full stomach. It wants to procreate in the world. It doesn't want to be lonely physically. When it comes to the emotions, the emotional mind wants joy, wants happiness, doesn't want to feel fear. It doesn't want to feel those bad feelings. The logical mind wants to avoid confusion and anything that is misunderstood. And instead, it wants clarity, decisiveness. It wants just to be overall clear-headed. So these are three important components to our minds: the physical, emotional, and logical. And you might go into yourself and see which part of it, where are you falling short? Do you have too much fear? Are you too confused? So you'll know that when you look at those things, you'll know that all those things are to your detriment. They're there they're going to harm you in the long run. So if you don't overcome the fear, if you don't overcome confusion, if you don't overcome, the feeling of like constant hunger, then we're going to not achieve our goals physically, but we want to achieve our goals emotionally and logically. And all those play a role in making us mentally strong, mentally powerful, able to take on the world massively, take on massive goals. It has to do with us becoming mentally strong first. So I urge you to look into those components of the mind and start working on them. Start working on them, okay? Physically. Get yourself physically strong, physically fit as much as possible. Now, I'm not saying any of this is easy, right? I'm just saying if you want a success in life, then you should start working on the inside. Because a lot of those great leaders, a lot of people who achieve success didn't just stumble on it. A lot of people, say things like this person got lucky or they just stumbled on something. These people worked hard. They did a lot of self-work. They worked on themselves. They got themselves strong to take on the world. And that's what I want you to do. So I'm inviting you to start setting goals and visions inside you first. Don't neglect your goals outside. I'm not saying to stop, achieving those great goals you have, but make sure that you're spending a lot of time on you, on your physical. Get physically fit. Emotionally, start to become emotionally fit. Start to understand your emotions. Realize what's happening. Feel your emotions and understand them. Know what's happening to yourself. Understand your emotions, right? Because part of being strong is knowing your emotions, not avoiding all your emotions, but knowing them, understanding them, and letting them, and you taking control and making use of the emotions. So start understanding your emotions. Get powerful. Start working on feeling joy and happiness. Work hard on it, right? A lot of times people say, how can I get happy? You work on it. And it emerges. Happiness emerges. These are the things that we need to work on. We need to really be conscious of them and start really manipulating them and seeing when do we get sad, avoiding that. Can we do anything to tweak it to get our happiness? So gauge your emotions. When it comes to logic, start seeing logically how you think. Are you someone who really wants instant gratification logically? Do you always only look at the short term? Do you look at the long term? So start gauging your logic. Start seeing what confuses you. Avoid it. What gives you clarity? Move towards it. Pay attention to where your logic resides. So these are the 3 components. Start tweaking them and get strong. The world needs someone like you. The world needs you to become strong because a lot of people out there are weak and need help. And if you want to help people, you got to help yourself first so you can become strong. When I say help yourself first, I mean help yourself in the sense of becoming strong mentally, physically, and all around in your own world so you can take that success and apply it in the external world and achieve massive success there.